Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
More than 600,000 U.S. troops have died in combat, according to Statista. For centuries, military families and fellow Americans have honored and remembered those who have died for this country we love. Well, thank you for joining us here for the Fox 61 News at 6 on Memorial Day. I'm Tim Lammers.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez, and it was certainly a beautiful day for those parades, those ceremonies, those events. A lot of people outside today. If you thought today was perfect, just wait until tomorrow.
Going to be brighter and warmer. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank with a forecast.
Yeah, this is going to be the first above average day that we've had in over a week. So it's going to feel quite toasty tomorrow, and we have sun in store for one more day. So enjoy while it lasts. That is the bottom line. It's felt so nice out there today. 69 currently for Windham, 72 the current temperature in Meriden. There is a chance for a hit or miss or isolated shower or sprinkle out there this evening. We'll take a closer look at just one of the showers that are coming through the state right now. You'll see passing through Woodbury and also Waterbury as well. If you live in Oxford or Newtown, heads up, you might see a brief passing shower, but overall I don't think it's enough to cancel doing any grilling or chilling outside on the deck tonight and really just enjoying the warmer conditions. Overnight lows will fall back into the 40s to right around 50 degrees, so it's a refreshing start to the day tomorrow. There could be some early patchy fog. Otherwise, we will break for sunshine and we will warm up with high temperatures climbing between 75 to right around 80 degrees as we head through the late afternoon tomorrow. And I think by this time tomorrow night, we'll see increasing clouds, and that'll be the trend on Wednesday. More clouds, but we stay dry, and then showers will return as we head towards the end of the week. We'll explain. Your full forecast is coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, AAA released its Memorial Day travel predictions last week. It expected more than 485,000 people to travel through Connecticut over the three-day weekend, either by car or by plane. And tonight, state police have released their traffic statistics.
As they are still out there trying to keep our roads safe. They said so far they've responded to over 3,700 calls and pulled over nearly 1,000 drivers. There are 216 vehicle crashes. 19 people were hurt, 2 seriously, and 1 person died.
One thing we noticed in the state police report here, the number of DUI arrests so far this weekend. As of this morning, it's already higher than all of Memorial Day weekend last year.
That means we still have one more full day to go. We'll get those numbers tomorrow morning. Here's Fox 61's Alicia Hercules with more on those statistics and what drivers are saying out there.
The Connecticut State Police report that so far this holiday weekend, there have been 28 DUI arrests. The final report comes out Tuesday morning, but we can confirm that the number of DUIs have already surpassed the total number of last year's. Jitenbri Patel is traveling from Boston this Memorial Day. When I told him about the increase in DUI arrests in Connecticut, he said he was thankful for the state police patrols.
We saw that lots of cops on the road. Looks like it's getting better with the cop services.
He also says the extra patrols might play a role in people who think twice about drunk driving. Delphine Hirsch shared a similar sentiment. She spent Memorial Day weekend in Connecticut for her son's graduation. She says she was pleasantly surprised to see more cops on the road and people driving safely for the most part. She also said traffic was not as bad as she expected.
There's a lot of construction, but it actually hasn't been as bad as I thought, though I think the nice weather made people get on the road maybe a little later.
Last week, AAA predicted that peak travel hours will be Monday between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. The Connecticut State Police say they also have provided more than 300 traffic-related services, like assisting with hazardous or disabled cars and debris removal. In North Haven, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Well, a Middletown coffee shop is now closed. After 4 years, Story and Soil's Middletown location shut down, but not because the owners wanted to.
Fox 61's Emma Wolforce talked to staff about this abrupt closure.
Yeah, the staff tells me this came as a surprise and says this leaves a hole not only for students, but for the greater Middletown community.
Alice Ryan has been the manager of Story and Soil's Middletown location since it opened its doors 4 years ago.
I've been working here 40 plus hours a week for 4 years, so this place has been kind of my second home for a very long time.
She says the community she's built here has been a lifeline.
I've been through so many major life events working here. Like, I transitioned, my mother died, I went through a divorce, I spent a period of time homeless, and working here was the only stable thing in my life for those 4 years. And now I'm like losing what feels like this kind of last vestige of who I used to be.
Just 3 weeks ago, the Story and Soil team got news they never expected.
We found out through our team. There were just rumors that the team were hearing about like us closing. And so they just kept on getting asked like, you guys are closing, you guys are closing.
Then in April, co-owner Michael Acosta says he received this copy of meeting minutes from student government. During what appears to be a dining committee meeting, the minutes say, quote, the cafe at the Main Street R.J. Julia bookstore, Story and Soil, will close at the end of this month. The administration is currently seeking a replacement vendor. In a statement, a university spokesperson confirmed the vendor change and said, quote, over the summer, R.J. Julia will seek potential new vendors to provide food service to students, faculty, staff, and the broader Middletown community. We hope to have a new vendor in place by fall 2025.
That was certainly news to us. In reaching out to them, we didn't get any response. We then sent a strongly worded email, on the counsel of our lawyer. We got a prompt response. That was essentially a 3-minute conversation where they denied ever having that discussion with students, but confirmed that they had decided to let us go and refused to have any further conversation.
Story and Soil will continue to operate their second location on Capitol Avenue in Hartford, but Acosta and Ryan say students are crushed.
The biggest pain here is the impact that it has to our team and to the community that we've built. Unless you were part of this the last 4 years, it's just sort of hard to understand how close we were with the student body.
Largely, people are devastated. We were kind of the home away from home for a lot of people. They really don't feel like there's anything else comparable like this on campus that they have access to. It's going to leave a little bit of a hole in the community for sure.
Staff and owners will spend the next few weeks moving out of this space and tell me they'll be officially gone by the end of June. Reporting in Middletown, Emma Wolforst, Fox 61.
Several state parks opened at 8 this morning, and they were busy right away. The Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection says parking lots reached capacity within hours. This was the case at Sleeping Giant State Park in Hamden, Wadsworth Falls in Middletown, Kent Falls in Kent, and Mashapog Lake Boat Launch in Union. It's a sure sign that summer is almost here, or here, depending on how you look at it. And just a reminder, parking at any of Connecticut's state parks is free if your vehicle's registered in Connecticut.
The city of Meriden honored and recognized those who died while serving in 2 different ways today. Runners and walkers got the chance to take part in Meriden's Memorial Mile. That's a 1-mile walk or run that honors the men and women who have sacrificed their lives for our country. It started at 9 a.m. today at Israel Putnam Elementary School before the city's Memorial Day parade. Now, Derek DiStefano is the director of the Meriden Runners Club. He said it was all for a great cause.
Age groups are basically from, we have kids under 10 years old all the way up to 70, 80 years old.
And there were more than 100 participants. DiStefano said it's the biggest turnout they've ever seen.
Here you go, the sights and sounds from one of many Memorial Day parades this morning. Fox 61 cameras captured Meriden's parade here. Local leaders invited Korean War and disabled veterans to be the grand marshals for this year's parade. Groups marched from Curtis Street to the Meriden Green. Well, right now, New Haven police are investigating a stabbing. Officials say a woman was stabbed on Winthrop Avenue about 3 hours ago. We're told she's going to be okay. Our crew's on scene as we speak, working to get more details for you.
An intersection in Ellington is closed right now as police are investigating a crash. They said a car and a motorcycle crashed on West Road and Middle Butcher Road about 4 hours ago, and they did report there were minor injuries. The scene is still active, so police have asked if you could avoid the area.
State police are investigating what is likely the first deadly crash of the Memorial Day weekend. A driver slammed into a concrete barrier. This was in Waterbury. Troopers say the crash happened last night just before 11:30 on an entrance ramp getting onto I-84 East. The driver reportedly hit that guardrail, then hit the concrete traffic barrier. State police have not yet released the name of the driver who was killed.
First responders were also busy in Ansonia as they responded responded to this crash late last night. You can see significant damage to the front ends of both SUVs. Police only have said so far that this happened somewhere in the city's north end, so we're still waiting for more details and to find out if anybody was hurt.
Well, tomorrow, Pratt & Whitney machinists will vote on a new and revised contract. The company reached a deal with union negotiators Friday. We still don't know exactly what's promised in the new proposal, but the union, representing about 3,000 machinists, said it addresses key points like job security and raises. Leading up to the tentative agreement, workers in East Hartford and Middletown were on the picket line for 19 days.
Also tomorrow, the Waterbury woman accused of holding her stepson captive for more than 2 decades is scheduled to appear in court. Kimberly Sullivan was in court a month ago. Her lawyer, Jonas Kaloidis, filed motions to remove her GPS monitoring, return her cell phone, and lift restrictions that would allow her to return back to her home on Blake Street. Sullivan has pleaded not guilty to charges of assault, kidnapping, and cruelty. Fox 61 will be there in court tomorrow, and we'll bring you the latest updates.